Hello, in this video we will learn about merge and append in STATA, and for this we will begin as usual with clear all, and I have set the path to the file name, and I have changed the directory, and I have created three hypothetical data sets which contains 10 observations, and I have set sheet to 1 2 3 4 for the reflection purpose. And I will create three data sets as example 1, example 2, and example 3. And you don't need the details on how I created these three data sets. We only need to know how to merge them. So now let's see that what each dataset contain. Use example 1 clear. Since I have changed my path, and I can simply use this command to import it in the Stata, and let's browse it. If you browse it, then we have id and x, and the id is 100 1 to 110, and x is a random variable that we have created, and the variable name is x. This is important, and the other variable is id. And if we see the other data sets, let's see example 2 comma clear. Let's browse it. In this case also id is same, then the variable x1, it's also a random variable, but the variable name is x1, but the id is exactly same. It's 101 to 110, and this is exactly same in example 1 and example 2. So now let's go through the merge. First merge, and it is similar to SQL join. And if you have done SQL or the database, then it is similar to the join command in the SQL. And the required meant for the merge is two files must have common columns such as id column, or it can also be single column, which can uniquely identify each row. This is the main requirement. And if you check that in the data and the database or the SQL, then it is called primary key, which can uniquely identify each tuples in the database. So now for this case, let's demonstrate how the merge work. I have written this, and here we have this is the first file that we have, this is the second file that we have, file 2, this is file 1, and in file 1 there are id and its name, it's x. Let's write it as x, and this is this is x1, this is x1, this is x, and the id is 1 to 5, your id is 1 to 5, and the x has some values, x1 has some values. And if we merge these two, then what will happen is that the id is common, so each of these name is x, it is x1. Each of these names or each of these variables gets merged in a single file, means that one is linked with a in this part, and one is linked with k, so one is also linked with k. And we have a single data frame, we have a single data frame in this case, where these two variables are merged based on this id. And let's see about 3. 3 is linked with c, and 3 is linked with c here, and 3 is linked with also m. And from this example 2, 3 is linked with m. So this is the function of merge, and this is very important function in case of data analysis. So now let's revert back to our case. So now in case of merge, what we will do is that we'll first use our example.dta. It's the first file, example1.dta. and the command is simply merge 1:1. id means that what is the common variable here, means that what is common variable, or which variable will uniquely identify each rows in these two files, means the file 1, this is file 1, this is file 1, and this this is for file 2. File 2 is example 2. And if I run this command, let's check what is in the browse now. It's simply id and x. Now if I run this command, it's saying that not match 0, match 10. And let's browse again. Now we can see that there is x1 id, and we have and we see that there are now two variables, x1 and x1, which is merged based on id. This is called merge, and this is one of the important functions. So now if you want to save, then you can write save example 4.dta replace, and I want to write replace because if there is some file, for example 4, it will replace automatically. So now finally we go to append. In the case of append, it is simply merging two of the data files vertically. This means that if I see this, and the append actually looks as, here will be, let's say that this is example 1. This is example 1.dta, and you have 1 2 3 4 5. This is id, this is x, and you have some of the numbers here, and you append. It means that you will attach this example 2.dta, you will attach this example 2.dta, sorry, 2.dta as this. We will have some of the files here, and there will be x1, and this will be blank. In our case, there will be some files, some numbers, sorry, in this case there will be some numbers. This is called append, means that we are actually, this is one data set, this is another data set. We are actually and we are actually attaching and one data set on other. This is called append. And in this case, the simple command is, and what we'll do is that we'll use clear all as usual, and we'll use example 1. Prior to this, let's see the data in the example 3. Clear all, and let's write as use example 3 clear, and let's browse it. In this case, it is id, it's from 111 to and 120, and the variable name is x. In this case, let's use this command now, these three commands at once. If you use this, then the third command is actually append using example 3. We are actually appending the file name called example 3 to example 1. And now if we browse it, then in this case we will observe that the id has been from 101 to 120, and we have appended these data from the example 3 to example 1. This is called append, and these two functions are very important when doing the and when doing data analysis. Thank you.